Halo is one of the most beloved video game franchises of all time, featuring legendary moments, riveting gameplay, and many beloved characters such as Sergeant Major Smunk, award-winning singer Halsey, the Big Beefy Boy, a Big Stinky Worm, the Blue Woman Group, Arby's Cashier,
Rise up and I will kill you!
and the one, the only, Sovereign Suzerain. The Halo series has easily carved its own special place into the hearts of millions of fans across the world, much like how the Roman senators carved a special place in the heart of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. However, in recent years, the game has failed to create the same impact that it had on its fan base. Why did this happen? Well, in 2012, the original company that created the series, Bungie, gave creative control over to 343 Industries, who basically took the franchise, covered it in barbecue sauce, gave it a swirly in the gas station bathroom, and threw it in a dumpster on the side of the road. Or, as many people will describe it,
they created Halo 4 and Halo 5, the best games in the series.
Disappointments 1 and 2, the big stinkers. People weren't happy, but the Halo franchise got a chance to be revived. A brand new game, Halo Infinite. This was 343's chance to finally satisfy their customers and to bring back the glory days of peak Halo. How did it turn out? Well, like that time I dropped my super slippery soap in the shower, things quickly got out of hand. The game was released and wasn't actually half bad. However, it was missing a lot of features, which killed it. The fans were angry. 343 had done it again. Halo was officially ruined. Well, at least you can still have fun with the game now, if you don't play the campaign. Anyways, welcome to the worst guide to Halo Infinite
Online multiplayer
ever. Oh, and also I'm streaming on Twitch now. Go to twitch.tv/skewa and go on this date. Okay, bye! Playing Halo Infinite is pretty simple, to the point where I, at 9 years old, understood how to play it better than how to tie my own shoes, or how to not piss my pants at night. Just like every other Halo game, you shoot the guy, his shield goes down, and then you bonk him on the head until they die. That's pretty much it. The real complexity of the game comes from the many different ways that you can make your opponent die. You can shoot them, punch them, blow them up, stab them, hijack their car and drive off a cliff. You can put all murder methods into 4 categories: regular weapons, power weapons, grenades, and vehicles. This is not including the things that you can pick up around the different maps, because talking about them is boring and would only be fun to watch if I put Subway Surfers gameplay above the footage and Family Guy funny moments below.
What are you doing, crack? What the fuck?
Anyways, let's start with the regular weapons.
No.
There are a total of 23 weapons in the game, 14 normal weapons and 9 power weapons. In a regular match of Halo Infinite, you start with an assault rifle and a pistol. First on the chopping block is the assault rifle. It's the definition of mid, but you can still kill people with it. Good rate of fire, but is the owner of the absolute worst bullet spread in the game. Okay, that might be exaggerating a bit, but the spread just sucks and it drags this weapon down a ton. The pistol's a little less mid. It has more accuracy than the AR, so you can kill people faster with headshots. However, unless you have an above average mouse accuracy, you're probably wasting your time with solo firing this gun, so yeah, just swap it out. Get rid of that. As for the other weapons, you can either break open one of your dad's many gun cases that he's strewn around the maps and find a weapon in there, or you can loot it off the many corpses strewn about the battlefield. The ground dyed red with blood, comrades and enemies alike now lifeless, discarded like used napkins. The first of these weapons is the shock rifle. For a sniper, it actually has a pretty large magazine size. It does decent damage and can kill fairly quickly. The only downside is that I'm awful at first-person shooter games and have the hand-eye coordination of a blind person with no hands. The Disruptor is just a taser, but it's a pistol taser pistol. It's quick, does good damage, and has good range. It's pretty much a better version of the normal pistol, especially because it has a damage over time effect if you shoot a person enough times, so that's pretty cool. However, the plasma pistol is completely different. You'd have an easier time killing an elephant by punching it to death with sock and boppers than killing someone with this thing. You can actually do a bit of damage if you charge up the plasma shot, but you usually end up getting your ass handed to you because, oh no, you burnt your little fingies, oh goodness me, now you're dead, oh boo-hoo-hoo. The pulse carbine also sucks. It's the slowest weapon to kill with, and even if you shoot someone enough to the point of killing them, you're just gonna end up having to vent because you fire 1,000,000 rounds to break their shields. It's literally the worst weapon in the game. If you're using this in a match for even a second, you're probably either out of ammo or you're a masochist. The battle rifle, more accurate than the AR, scope helps to hit enemies from far away, very solid, just like the brick I threw into the window of that store I robbed yesterday. The Bulldog, or the Pitbull as I call it for its toddler shredding capabilities, is a shotgun. That's all I have to say about it. Kills people when they're close and somehow still kills them when they're not close. The Mangler is the result of a railgun having a baby with a Smith & Wesson 500. All it takes to kill someone is literally 3 shots, even from somewhat far distance. distances. There's nothing better than caving someone's skull in with the bullet the size of a Costco hot dog. Best normal weapon in the game. I give it 11 Tesla Cybertrucks out of 7 broken windows. Ah, the Needler. Nothing is more fun than sticking someone with more needles than can be found in the Yarra River in Australia. The needles themselves have amazing tracking, and while they might not do much damage, if you hit someone with enough of them, they explode. Just like that one time I injected 1,000 milligrams of nitroglycerin into my bloodstream to help my intense heartburn. The Commando is the younger brother of the battle rifle, complete with being made up of only hand-me-downs. The scope, hand-me-down. The design, hand-me-down. The firing rate, okay, well that's unique, but you get the point. They're pretty similar and both are cut above the rest. The Heat Wave. This gun uniquely has 2 different modes that you can fire from, vertical and horizontal, or as I like to call them, hamburger and hot dog style, because who doesn't like hamburgers? I only use hamburger style because it's the only one that can kill. The hot dog style, just what is the point of that? What do you do with that? Why? Have you ever wanted to kill someone with purple pea? Well, Halo Infinite has just the thing for you. The Sentinel Beam is a gun that shoots, you guessed it, a beam. It's good at breaking shields, but less good at actually killing people, unless they like standing still and getting peed on. The Bandit, it's pretty good. It has good damage, better than that of the Commando, but it's way slower to fire. If you're good at headshots, this gun is probably for you, but if you suck at aiming, then you're just gonna get dunked on by everyone with a gun that shoots faster than a musket.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Swag Messiah.
All right, now, here we got the biggest collection of big blasters that go boom. What do you think of that, son? All you gotta do is look for each weapon's respective spawn and location, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a DIY war crime kit.
Alright, the first and the worst of the power weapons is the Ravager. I don't think that surprised anyone who plays this game. It fires slop at the ground, which barely does any damage and lets your opponent just walk towards you until you have a gun in your face. You can charge the slop shot to make the ground be covered in slop for a few more seconds, which also does next to no damage, and forces you to vent your weapon immediately. Next up is the Cinder Shot, which is actually kind of cool. You can ricochet the projectile off of different surfaces, which makes it easier to hit enemies from around corners, and it explodes on impact. Just make sure you don't get hit by it yourself, because then you'll just be sent to the shadow dimension forever. The Sniper Rifle. Pretty self-explanatory. Unlike in other FPS games, this one has a crosshair though. And unlike other FPS games, you don't have to reload after one shot. The Stalker Rifle is the same as the regular sniper, but it does less damage. Oh, but you can shoot like 50 times before having to vent, so I guess that's pretty cool. The Hydra is baby's first rocket launcher. It has 2 different modes, a normal mode, which just shoots the projectile, and a second mode, which tracks the projectile. The targeting is the only mode that's decent because the gun does absolutely no damage. And when you reload, you're gonna be stuck doing that forever. Like, what are you doing? Just reload a little faster. Come on. Okay, thank you. Have you ever not wanted to play a Halo game in a Halo game? Well then, the Energy Sword is the perfect weapon for you. If prancing around while shoving a Chinese off-brand lightsaber into the throat of anyone within 6 feet of you doesn't deliver a mushroom cloud of dopamine into your brain, then you gotta go see a doctor. There must be something wrong with you. The Gravity Hammer is a big hammer. You know, like boom, bam, bang, pow, smash, crash, bonk, whack, slam, maybe even thud. Next up is the Skewer.
Hey, that's me!
I absolutely suck at using this because it's a one-shot weapon that requires good accuracy and good timing. And if you mess up with it, you're gonna need to wait longer than the heat death of the universe to reload. Alright, next up is the rocket launcher, but I don't think there's anything else I need to say, so here's a rocket montage.
Guess who's behind the blanket?
Alongside normal weapons, you can also use different types of grenades. In most game modes, you start with the frag grenade. It's a regular grenade, not much to it. If you pull the pin and need a hole, you'll explode. This isn't rocket science or quantum physics or anything. But if you want to have any hope of using the spike grenade effectively, you're going to need to know rocket science, quantum physics, biology, and have a liberal arts degree. It seems simple enough. You throw it onto a surface, it sticks there, and a few seconds later it explodes. But the caveat is that the explosion never hits anything, no matter how hard you try. The dynamo grenade shoots electricity after it's thrown as it bounces around on the ground. It deals quite a bit of damage over time to enemies, but its real strength is being able to disable vehicles for a little bit of time. The plasma grenade is the equivalent of taking a fragment from the demon core and pouring a gallon of German glue over it. It sticks to anyone you throw it at before blowing them straight to God. Just be careful not to blow yourself up with it too, unless you find pleasure in not having organs anymore. Here at the Zeta Halo Ford dealership, we showcase only the greatest, most efficient models on the market. How about you take a look here? The first and oldest model in our lineup is the Warthog. Perfect four-wheel drive, tires fit for all environments, other car terms. Oh yeah, and the giant minigun on top. That, accompanied by the fact that another person can shoot at people from in the passenger seat, makes the Warthog the most efficient vehicle for spontaneous drive-bys. Rocket Hog, Warthog with a rocket launcher on top. Middle Eastern drive bomb. Then there's the Razorback, which is just a Warthog, but you live in Detroit, so somebody stole the minigun and sold it at a local pawn shop for exactly $3.99 USD. So therefore, it's not as fun. The Ghost is another classic staple vehicle of the Halo series. It's easy to control, has a boost function so you can bulldoze anyone in front of you, and it has a fast firing rate that lets you mow down anyone who's too far away for you to turn them into pavement paste. The Mongoose is a fast-moving, compact vehicle that lets you drive across the map fast. It's all fun and games with this car until it flips over, and you have to flip it right side up, which only happens all the time. The Gungoose, it's a mongoose, but they put a gun on it. The gun sucks because it's slow and impossible to aim without doing U-turns, but it's still a gun, making it slightly better than the Mongoose. The Brute Chopper is a sawmill on wheels. While also being pretty fast, it has guns similar to that of the Gungoose, except that they're somewhat viable. The only downside to it is that it has the turning radius of an 18-wheeler driving on ice, so be careful not to drive off any cliffs. Then there's the Wasp. It's a flying machine. It go fast and it shoot bullet. Playing against a team that has a Wasp in their possession is one of the worst things in this game. If you're shooting at it, it's almost impossible to hit since it's pretty fast and easy to maneuver. It's just annoying to deal with, unless you're the one flying it, of course. The Banshee is the Walmart version of the Wasp. It's bigger, a little slower, made of Chinese plastic, and the aiming is weird, so you have to swoop down to hit people on the ground. Have fun getting your newly bought aircraft stolen, nerd. The Wraith is a tank with a giant meatball cannon. It's perfect for destroying vehicles, hitting people with splash damage, and making spaghetti. There's also a machine gun that can be operated by another player to shoot at anyone too close to get meatballed. Overall, very fun, and would ride in the Subaru again. I think this is the second time that I've had a meatball joke in my videos. That's pretty funny. That'll be a new joke. We're gonna make a great new joke. On the Skewa channel, we have perfect meatball jokes. Only the best meatball jokes.
I'm gonna come.
The Scorpion. Oh my god, they literally just put a tank in the game. I think they rolled these out in Iraq back in 03. The Scorpion is the more fun version of the Wraith, but it's also much slower. To summarize, big cannon go boom. If you show up to a function in one of these, you can easily get free parking, or even free entry.
My life is like a video game. My life is like a video game. Trying hard to beat the stage while collecting coins.
Much like the PS5, Halo Infinite has no games. It has games, but most of them are just copy-paste of the same game mechanics with a different point system. Here are the ones I did play and thought were actually fun.
Capture the flag.
Take the flag from the enemy's base and take it back to yours. While carrying it, you can use the flag as a weapon if people are coming at you, but because it's only melee, you're better off just running away. This is the best game mode in the entire game. Why? Well, just listen to the way that Jeff Steitzer says ball. Did you hear that? Is that just me or is that like heavenly? In Oddball, you find the ball and hold it. If you hold on to it long enough, you win. That's pretty much it. I didn't know that you could make a game out of holding ball. You can hit people with the ball, but it only kills after 2 hits, so be very careful. Boy, oh boy, I love smacking people in the face with my ball.
Stop posting about
big team battle, just like normal Halo, but there are 12 people on both sides. Running around a giant map with 23 other people and getting absolutely stomped into the ground by the biblical number of people shooting at you is more fun than seeing a baby get born. The sheer chaos and stupidity this game mode gives off is intoxicating at minimum. And speaking of chaos and stupidity,
Fiesta.
everyone starts out with random weapons. So instead of scrambling around the map to look for guns like the Mangler or the battle rifle, you can get them at random! You can get an absolute god tier loadout, like a rocket launcher with an energy sword. Why did they let me have this? How is this going to be balanced? Oh.
Skill issue.
Or you can get a crappy loadout, like a pulse carbine, with any other weapon. This game mode is my go-to anytime I play this game, so I might be a little biased, but who cares? This is my video and none of you can do anything about that. Halo Infinite is a game, and you can most definitely play it. While it may have many flaws, you can still have fun with it, as long as you don't pick up a pulse carbine. Maybe a good lesson that we can all take away from this experience is that even the worst games can still be enjoyable. Actually, never mind, that's dumb. Game bad. What do I look like, Socrates or something? I'm not supposed to philosophize about a stupid game. Okay, the video's over now. You can leave. Go on. Why aren't you going? What do you mean I forgot something? Oh, I forgot to talk about the equipment. God damn it!